As you will recall, in our last chapter, we had just foiled the Sarians' fiendish plot to rule the galaxy by using the star generator as their weapon of destruction. You became a hero by saving countless lives and returning the star generator technology into safe hands. Life was beautiful. But heroes come and go, and people soon forget. Your celebrated herodom slowly fades, leaving you once again a janitor. The promotion to head janitor was no consolation, especially since you are the only member of the janitorial staff. Nor was the transfer to Orbital Station 4. Sweating like a pork beast in a pressure suit while relocating space debris in zero gravity just wasn't your idea of a good time. Life sucks again. Hello and welcome to Xenon Orbital Station 4 in Let's Play Sierra's Space Quest 2, Vohaul's Revenge. Orbital Station 4 is one of many orbiting Xenon, your home planet. It is a transfer point for travelers seeking transportation to various planets in the Xenon system. As we begin this chapter of our story, we find you, Roger Wilco, Ace Janitor, doing what you do best. Slacking off? Sure, we'll go with that. A beep emanates from your wristwatch. You release your grip on the broom. The broom floats away, never to be used again. That makes the third one this week. Wait till your boss finds out. Your horoscope for today. Keep up the good work. Today could bring that big promotion you think you deserve. Don't take any wooden buckazoids. Time, 11:26, temperature minus 47 Celsius. And there's the boss. Roger Wilco, get in here on the double. You've got a mess to clean up in the shuttle that which just returned. One of the passengers got space sick on the way down. Besides, you should have been done out there an hour ago. Get a move on. With that, the image disappears. Okay, Space Quest 2 is obviously the second game. It looks like it's a regression in graphics technology. That's because I played the remake of the first game. And once again, we're treated like an insignificant, stupid janitor. Because Roger is, well, a useless janitor. Stand by for decontamination. I mean, he'd be fine if he wasn't so lazy and such a slack-off. Instant clothes change, and he won't ride back out. Let's go through lockers. And that must be the one he knows the combination to. You bravely peer into the locker to find a Rubik's Cube puzzle and your athletic supporter. And checking our inventory for stuff we already had. I think if we have 4, we can look. This is an order form you removed from a magazine for a free Labian Terror Beast mating whistle. It's ready to be mailed. Okay. I will call your attention to the fact that it says it's a free whistle. That won't do anything with us in this game. The dialect translator is a small device. It is on. The Rubik's Cube puzzle has made you look more stupid than usual. This is your athletic supporter. Without close inspection, you notice to have been well used. Darn it. And once again, to create the standard generic death save game from Dylan 3000, who pioneered this technique. It's about time you got in here, Roger Wilco. Head for the shuttle bay on the double. I'm warning you, you're on your last leg around here, bud. One more screw-up and you're history. He then orders the transportation officer to send you directly to the shuttle bay and nowhere else until the job has been completed. It's almost like the boss knows him. The chief's not happy with you, Roger Wilco, the man says. You'd better get over to the shuttle base soon. By the way, you still owe me 20 buckazoids. You'd best cough it up soon. You know what? I think I need to go to the, shuttlecraft. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway above. The tube is made of plexiglass with a transporter inside it. The physical principles involved are not unlike those which transport a spitwad through a straw. And if the transportation officer listens to the boss, then he won't send Roger anywhere else till we're done with this. You're in Orbital Station's shuttle bay. A shuttle fresh from a passenger drop-off on Xenon is refueling for its next trip. A pneumatic transfer tube is accessible from the walkway. A refueler replenishes the shuttle supply. That's not a good idea. Being as unskilled as you are, you would probably cause some sort of fiery catastrophe. Leave it alone. It's automatic anyway. Aww. But I want to cause a fiery catastrophe. Trying to recall here, I don't think there's a way to kill Roger Wilco off on the first part of this game, which has to be a record. I think you can walk off the edge of the orbital station during the sweeping scene outside. You enter the shuttle and start sniffing around for the mess you must clean. You are surprised to find that the shuttle is not empty. There are two extremely ugly suckers walking toward you. Hey, what the? Next to your favorite expletive here. Your protest is cut short as two interstellar ruffians proceed to thump you unconscious. Everything fades. Time passes. More time passes. Upon awakening from your forced rest, it becomes quite apparent that you aren't in Kansas, or Xenon, anymore. You find that you are being held upright and under physical restraint from both sides, you guess, by the galactic goons you met on the shuttle. As you try to struggle free, you notice that your hands are tied behind your back. A strange dream turns into the realization that you are being shaken and talked to by a voice unfamiliar to you. A dull ache triggers a distant memory of a scuffle in which you were the focal point. As the eyes dial into focus, you make out an oddly disfigured being seated before you. A sagging mass of flesh that appears to have been human at one time, tubes and wires extend from his body leading to machines which keep him alive. Suddenly his visage stirs and he begins to speak. Well, well, did we have a nice nap? I thought we would have to resort to drastic measures to wake you. Oh well. Welcome to my humble fortress, Roger Wilco. The name is Vohaul, Sludge Vohaul. I was a genius behind the star generator when it was still in the concept stages. It was to be my ultimate war weapon until some sissy pants scientists it would be better used saving lives rather than destroying them. What a waste of technology. Excuse me if I sound bitter. Anyway, you ruined my Sarian operation. I was going to use the star generator to make Xenon pay for what they did to me. They were going to know my wrath in a big way. You somehow managed to change all that. Oh, I suppose I should have known better than to use those mental midget Sarians. That's not the point, however. You are responsible and you shall pay. Besides, I have another plan and you'll not be around to foil it. I have devised a plan so horrible, so frightening, so diabolical that no one will be able to stop me. Observe my latest creation. I intend to infest your planet with thousands of these genetically engineered door-to-door life insurance salesmen. I will at last reap sweet revenge from the scientific community that mocked me. My plan was to kill you, but I've had a change of heart. Get it? He peers down at the hoses protruding from his chest and connected to a life support system. Forgive me, I'm a kidder. I've decided I would get much more enjoyment watching you suffer. My associates will escort you to the surface of Labion, where you will perform many painful hours of manual labor in my mines. Be seeing you. An injection renders you unconscious. Your drugged carcass is loaded onto a shuttle. Upon reviving, you look through the viewing port to see Vohaul's Masters of Asteroid Fortress getting smaller. After touching down on a giant landing platform, you are ushered to a hovercraft waiting to transport you to the mining site. Utter despair sets in. Uh-oh. Oh, great. I suppose we're out of fuel. Way to go, Gorf Breath. Don't blame me. It was your turn to fill up. You're always forgetting to do it. Wait till the master finds out. You're in big trouble. Hey, don't talk to me that way, you slime bucket. I filled it last time, Dip. The argument between the two guards is cut short as gravity reasserts itself. All right, we are going to save game here. Let me check how long we've been recording. About 12 minutes. All right. Good thing that guard broke your fall. He doesn't look too happy about it, though. All right, and this is still a Sierra game. There's still plenty of opportunities to... you fall to the bottom of the concealed pit. You might have survived the fall had you not come in contact with the several 30-centimeter long spikes planted vertically along the bottom of the pit. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. And the box clears itself before I can finish reading it. Thank you, Sierra. All right. Hear that beeping? Everything inside is twisted and bent. You do notice a button with a flashing light next to it. It seems to be emitting a high-pitched beep. You press the button, the light goes dark, and you no longer notice the high-pitched beep. All right. So that was a homing device that will summon the rest of Vohaul's minions to your location if you don't turn it off. And if you've been watching in the background, you occasionally see eyes, or over in this area here, you occasionally see a face popping up over the bush to see what's going on. We discovered this pit here with, I think they're called punji sticks. Some sort of a tiger trap, I think is where that comes from. But it's an unpleasant thing to fall into. The foliage here is much too dense for you to pass through. You search the grotesque body and find a small, thin magnetic card. It looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one of them somewhere in the past. See if we can go this direction here. Nope. So anyway, there's some quiet here for a few minutes. Okay, let's go east here. There are some mushrooms. You're standing in a dark and damp portion of the forest. There are some very large mushroom-like growths here. Holy jeez, boy, that mushroom thing sucked you clean up. You can't move a muscle nor see a speck of light. You begin feeling waves of tingling warmth and moisture. Suddenly, it's not so bad in here. Wow, check out all the colors, dude. Your body and mind enjoy the short-lived buzz that is a side effect of the lethal poison you now marinate in. You are oblivious to the end. Not a bad way to go, actually. But it sure is early in the game. I had high hopes for you. They said, who? Roger Wilco? Not a chance. That chump won't last 20 minutes. 16 and a half. I said, no way, Roger Wilco isn't that lame. So anyway, don't make me look stupid too. Thank you for playing. You've been very entertaining. No, let's save that screen for later if we need to go through there. Let's go on the north side of this bush here. There's a room sideways here. Suddenly, from somewhere to the east, you hear a twang followed by a high-pitched shriek. Okay. Let's climb a tree and see if we can get a bird's eye view. This is uncool as uncool can be. It looks like you've adhered yourself to the tree like a fly to flypaper. And speaking of insects, here comes a swarm now. You hear something that sounds not unlike the hovercraft you wrecked it, which is not a concern right now. You'll be proud to know that you have filled today's nutritional requirements for many of the local carnivorous insects. Adventuring is not always pretty. Okay. Actually, I think I can just restore this death save game here. That would just be quicker. I don't think you can get around the mushrooms anywhere useful. You'll also notice that this is a text parser based game where you type commands, and I'm also using the keyboard, and that mouse pointer keeps showing up on the screen. Alright, so that gave us a clue to go east, so let's go east. Before disappearing through a tiny hole in the brush, the little creature gives you a long glance. And I don't think we can go further to the east. Again, foliage. But saving that pink guy is going to grease some wheels for us later on in the game. Alright, let's go west now. Let me make sure I have the key card. Good. This is another clearing in the otherwise heavily wooded area of the forest. There's a plateau near the back. The spores are light blue and bulb-shaped. They seem to be loosely attached to the ground. Let's hold off on dealing with those for a few moments here. The foliage here is much too dense for you to pass through. I thought that was the right way to go. There we go. You startled a small creature, causing him to bolt into the underbrush. Good! You've succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms, and it looks like you'll get to examine it up close and personal. The giant root-looking thing is giving you a guided tour of its digestive system. Unnecessary apostrophe. What you experience next is too horrible to describe. Let's just say you die as a result. You are dead. Trust me. It may please you to know that during the night you didn't digest well. For a while, gastric distress made it extremely unpopular with the other root monsters. Hey, way to go, Wingnut. Once again, you've demonstrated your inability to sustain life. You quickly glance around the room to see if anyone saw you blow it. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. Alright. You can see a little guy across the clearing picking some sort of berries from a bush. Alright, so this is clearly a maze. Which means we're going to be saving repeatedly, and this is going to drive me nuts because this is the old style screen. Give me a moment here. I need to remember to do this. Let's see what the Hercules high-res font looks like. That may go away shortly here. Fast, fastest, and normal and slow are different speeds you can select. The later games, like the SCI remake of Space Quest 1 that we just did, removed a lot of the pathfinding complexity from the player's point of view. And made the engine do it instead. So we would just... This would not be a puzzle in the remake if this game had ever been remade. By Sierra, at least. It was remade by Infamous Adventures in Adventure Game Studio about probably approaching 10 years ago nowadays. And what you want to make sure you do when playing this section here is remember that F5 is save and F7 is restore, and you do not mix them up and save the game as the monster starts grappling you with its tentacles. Alright, and we are running out of time here. This is about time to end the episode. You snag some of the odoriferous red berries. So we're going to save the game here again. And we will end the episode here and come back next time for more Space Quest 2. Thanks for watching.